Hey everybody, I'm Brett Miller. Welcome to my channel here where our goal is to help you live your best lifestyle. And today we're going to be going over 11 things that will help you to live a healthy lifestyle. So these tips that we're going to be going over today, guys, are pretty much for anybody who's either, younger and doesn't really know what exactly a healthy lifestyle entails. And a healthy lifestyle is kind of different for everybody. I mean, we're all in different circumstances, different situations, but I try to make this list as general as possible that can kind of fit for everybody. And hey, some of these things you guys may not want to do that are on this list. They're not, your interests, and that's okay. What's important here is to try to reevaluate and evaluate what's important to you and go over that, maybe not daily if you can't, but go over it and try to find out what makes you happy and make a list to do those things. And I think it's so important, to be able to focus on yourself every once in a while and make sure that you're good first before you can go out into the world and do your best. I think that a lot of people just get caught up in this cycle and we're kind of like zombies and we forget about ourselves. And if we aren't good to ourselves, then we're not going to be able to go out there and be good to others and do great things. And so that's kind of my goal in life, is to try to, take every day on and make the best of it and be the best that I can be. And hey, that starts with focusing on me first. And, not in a selfish way, I don't try to overdo it, but I do try to make sure that, hey, I'm good first, because if I'm not good, I don't feel like I can go out there, be my best, and help others. And, that's why I'm here. I like to help other people. I like to interact with people, and that's why I'm doing this channel. So, I mean, this channel itself is, a big hobby of mine, and I really enjoy it. So, if I go out into the world and I'm miserable and I come here and I try to make these videos, then it's gonna be very hard to lie every single time I do a video. So I always check in with myself, and I think that's something you guys should do. And so I think it's great that you're here. I think that's like the first step to building a healthy lifestyle, is actually going out there and researching it, and that's, I guess, just kind of a bonus one. But let's get into the list, and we'll go over all these things a little bit in depth. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. And if you are looking to build your lifestyle up, and if you are trying to live healthier and get good workouts in, consider subscribing to my channel here. I try to do these videos weekly, and I want to help, you guys out. I want to grow as a person, and I think that we can all grow as a community together. So let's get after it. All right, so number one on our list, get enough sleep. There's so many things out there that are always like, oh, you're sleeping too long, and the amount of sleep you need is a little bit different for everyone, but it's recommended that you try to hit like 7 to 9 hours. Now, I don't always do that, but I do find that I at least am pretty good with 6 hours. You got people out there like The Rock and all those guys that are saying, oh, you guys are sleeping too much, you should sleep less, do more. I don't know how those guys do that. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't like to sleep too much. I wish I didn't have to sleep, because there are so many things in the day that I enjoy doing, and, but good rest, and waking up on the right side of the bed because you slept well is so important. I mean, people have gone over this for years and years and years and driven it home that you need your rest, you need your rest. Get some good sleep, and it will help you out indefinitely. Number 2, drink in moderation. Now, especially with this channel, we're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. We're trying to get fit. We're trying to lose weight. We all have different goals. Alcohol definitely plays a huge part in making our goals harder to attain. Especially with fitness, you can go out there and research a ton of different things as to why alcohol is bad for you. But hey, we're social beings, and alcohol is just a part of life for some people. So, and myself included, I, go out and drink with friends and buddies. But, what I learned from, being in my 30s now to when I was in my 20s is that moderation is key. To me, there's just no point in going out there and getting absolutely smashed and waking up and feeling absolutely terrible the next day. There's so many things I like to do now as far as hobbies go. So yeah, what is drinking in moderation? I think it's more so just only drinking when, you have an event to go to, or, going out. A lot of people come home and they're stressed from work, and, you see all these things on Instagram where it's like wine 30, or, Tuesday, Monday through Thursday wine night, and all these different, things pretty much pushing alcohol because the day is so hard to do. And you know, it's funny, but in realization though, there are a lot of people that just every day, that's all they're looking forward to is the bottle. And you know, it's kind of sad almost that you have nothing else to live for in your day, you know, except coming home and getting your glass of wine or your whiskey or you know, having a beer after work. I mean, we should be doing things that are inspiring us. We shouldn't be inspired by something as simple as alcohol. So drinking in moderation not only helps your overall health, but it definitely will help you focus on different things rather than just, hey, I'm excited to go home and drink. There's so many more important things in life, and I hope there's so many more things that important to you in your life as far as your hobbies or, you know, your work or whatever, that take precedence over drinking alcohol. Number 3, read books. And there's something you can do instead of drinking. But no, reading books, you know, not everybody loves to read. And it's one of those things where I think it's important, if you don't like reading, if it's something that you're kind of interested in doing, or even not, like, you know, you just have zero interest in it, find something that you're interested in to read about. You know, a lot of people just like, oh, there's you know, I'll pick up this book because it's got a cool cover, or yeah, people say to read, but what do I read about? Well, what are your interests? You know, start with nonfictions and go from there. I mean, that's my love right now is nonfictions, because I am just like on this huge kick of trying to learn new things and you know, just grow as a person. So I'm loving reading like a bunch of different nonfictions. But you know, what do you enjoy? You know, maybe you do enjoy. It seems like there's a lot of sleuths out there that like enjoy murder mysteries and stuff like that, and you know. Crime Junkie is like one of the top podcasts. Like, read like a true crime novel or read a true crime nonfiction. I mean, there's just millions of different things you can read. And what that does, you know, I guess as far as your overall lifestyle is, it really helps you articulate. You learn new words. You know, it helps you just with, it just helps with your overall literacy. And, you know, if you want to be a better person, and I mean, literacy can help anybody out that has a job, that, you know, is doing anything, conversing with other people, and, you know, kind of, and just getting better at speech. And I mean, it's like a never-ending thing that you can continue to learn. I mean, nobody's perfect when it comes to literacy. So, you know, not only that, you can also learn a ton of different things. And especially if it's something, if you're interested in it and it is something that, you know, is a hobby of yours, you can learn so many different ideas on, you know, just one thing. It's one of the things that, you know, I've always kind of enjoyed reading, but just within the past like couple of years, it's just really been taking off for me. And I really wish I would have started, you know, reading more books earlier, because now I'm in my 30s and, you know, I could have read so many different things and I could have learned so many different things. And hey, you know, everything could be different just by, you know, following my interests. So try to read more. I mean, very simple. You know, and just try to put maybe even like an hour a day or a half an hour to start. You know, build a good habit. Do it right before you go to bed. And even if you're just reading a few pages, who cares? You know, that's the nice thing about it, is there is no rush with it. You go as you can, and you can always find time throughout your day to read. All right, on to the next one, number 4. Take the negative things out of your life. Now, this kind of should go without saying. You know, there are circumstances where it is almost impossible to get, you know, a negative person or a negative thing out of our life. But I think it's important to attempt to recognize something that is negative in our life and, you know, try to part ourselves from that. You know, I've tried to do this in my life, and there are certain aspects of, you know, work and you know, my life where it's kind of hard to, you know, get away from negativity. But I think if you recognize something is a negative, then you can, you know, just mentally at least part yourself from it and say, hey, I don't align myself with that thing. You know, I have to be around it because of whatever circumstance, but it is not in line with my views, because a lot of times, you know, we go through life and we're around these negative things, and it just kind of meshes with us. I mean, as like the old saying goes, like, what you surround yourself with, or the people you surround yourself with, you become. So I think if you kind of start making those mental notes that, hey, like this is a negative thing and it is in my life, but it's not a part of me, or I do not, see that as who I am, and you make that detachment in your brain, I think that will definitely help you not become, the things that you don't want to become, or not be the person that you want to be. A lot of times in life we have to gaze into the abyss, and the real hard thing to do is not let it gaze back into us. And so that's just something you want to keep in your mind, that, hey, make a list. What are some negative things in my day and if you can remove them, hey, remove them. And you will feel a million times better. It will help you out in the long run. But if you can't remove them, try to detach from them. I guess that's all I could say as far as that. All right, so changing it up a little bit, plan meals in order to eat better throughout the day, or eat healthier. This is one of the hardest things, I feel like, because there's so much garbage out there, so many different viewpoints on what is healthy eating, and it seems like impossible to figure out actually how to eat healthy. I mean, there is no exact formula, and it makes, especially if you're trying to lose a lot of weight and you haven't really kind of figured out, what is healthy and what's not. This is such a hard task, it seems like, to eat healthy. I mean, it's like, well, I need this, I need that, I need this. So what I would do is, do as much research as you can and make a list or plan out what you're going to eat. And if it has to be Monday through Sunday because you eat so much garbage, then make it Monday through Sunday. I mean, make it as clear and concise as possible. And, start like Sunday night. Make a list of what am I going to eat Monday through Friday at work, so I don't go to McDonald's because I don't know what I don't have anything in the fridge, or I don't, know what I want. That to me is like so important, because I feel like a lot of people, they'll go to work and they're like, oh, they're always rushing, and then they go to work and they don't bring food, so it's like, well, what's across the street? Well, I gotta save money, and I go to McDonald's and get a double cheeseburger or whatever, and then it makes your whole health journey as far as fitness wise and losing weight almost impossible. And so it just starts with these simple things of make a list of what you need, for the week, of what you're gonna eat, and go out grocery shopping. There's meal prepping. I don't love meal prepping because I like to eat fresh food. I like to, make my chicken and eat it the same day. That's kind of how I am. So I do kind of struggle with this a little bit, but I still make a list of, hey, Monday through Friday, what do I want to eat for my meals? And if you're really bad at eating, I think this is so important, so that you can stick to that habit of healthy eating. If and hey, some people it's hard for them. It's hard for them to, want to eat healthy. They just love, hamburger. And hey, I love that stuff too. And if you don't have that kind of self-control yet, and that's okay. I mean, everybody's at a different stage. But if you don't have that self-control yet where, mentally you're just going to eat something healthy instead of going to McDonald's or somewhere, that is terrible for you, then I think this is so important to buckle down, make a list of all the food you're going to eat throughout the week, and stick to it, and really try to make it as easy as possible so it's an easy habit to obtain, and make it as clear as possible so that you don't, fall out of line with it. So that's what I recommend, is plan out your meals, just like we do with our workouts. If I make a workout and I write it down, and I write all these things down that I want to do throughout my workout for the day, it makes it so much just better, and I'm way more focused in the gym, because when I go there, I know this is what I'm doing, these are the things I want to get done, and I just have that list and I attack the list, and I'm not in my mind thinking, well, what should I do next, or what do I do now? I mean, it's the same exact thing with like eating. If you know what you're gonna eat, and it may not be as exciting as going to McDonald's or Chipotle, or in your brain it's not as exciting, but hey, you want to lose weight, you want to be healthy, these are kind of the sacrifices that you have to take. It's not going to be simple all the time, but if you want to make that change in your life and it's important to you, then I think this is something very important if you're struggling with your eating habits, is to make that list and go out, get those foods, meal prep if you have to, and get that done so that you can live a better life. And you will thank yourself in the long run for taking the hard road. And moving on right from there, workout. And like I just said, it's the same exact thing with living a healthy lifestyle. Physical fitness has so many benefits in your life, mentally, obviously physically, but if you can get a habit of working out, I mean, this solely will change your life. You know, as far as your confidence goes, it'll change everything for you. And I don't know why. It is such a simple thing, you know, just go to the gym, but it just does so much for you. And I think it's, you know, I'm sure there's some like long drawn out reason as to why, you know, thousands of years ago we used to be physical beings and chase down our food, and I'm sure there's some huge explanation as to why this is. But in our lifestyle nowadays, you know, I have a kind of a physical job where I'm up and moving all day, so it doesn't affect me so much. But I couldn't imagine if I was working in an office all day and just kind of sitting and typing at a desk all day, and I didn't get that physical activity in. And I think that's even more important with people that do have like those desk jobs, to get out there, and as far even as your mentality goes, to get out to the gym and put some, you know, pump blood into your muscles and just feel that like life within you. Because you're sitting around at a desk all day, it's gotta feel like you're doing, like you're just like not moving at all, and like there's like no life in your body. It's, you know, it's all mental. It's all mental activity throughout the day, which, hey, that's great. It's great to stimulate your mind. But with those kind of jobs and that kind of lifestyle, and, you know, where you're not up moving and you're not doing stuff throughout the day, it's so important to get to the gym. As far as your mental state goes, as far as your body goes, you gotta get blood, you know, just flowing through your body. It's gonna help you with every aspect of your life. It'll probably help your job out even, because that confidence, I mean, you know, you don't wanna be arrogant, but just that boost of confidence within yourself will just shine through in so many different aspects of your life. All right, my next one I think is so important, and a lot of people do forget about it, or it's kind of a hard thing for some people to figure out, and that's getting a hobby. So get a hobby. You know, it is hard. I mean, there's so many different activities nowadays that we can do, and there's so much to do that and get caught up throughout our day, that it kind of makes it hard to find time for something that we enjoy. And I think this is so pertinent to, you know, kind of just like keeping that inner child, you know, and that just like inner happiness within you is, you know, to have that hobby. I mean, you have kids and stuff like that, and a lot of your focus has to go to those things, and that's, you know, that's great that you're being a good parent, or you know, you're really good at your job. But again, going back to finding time for yourself and getting a hobby, or, you know, focusing on a hobby that you already have, is so important throughout your day. And I mean, I have a few different ones. I play guitar. I like to do this YouTube channel. You know, I wouldn't call working out as a hobby. I mean, if it is a hobby, if you consider it a hobby, then that's great. If you like to go for a run every day and that's like your hobby because you like to do races and stuff, then perfect. You know, or riding your bike, just literally anything it could be. But putting time aside, even if it's just a half an hour or an hour, and putting that time towards yourself and towards something that you enjoy, is just one of the best things to stay in a positive light throughout the day. So on the opposite side of the spectrum, moving back to work or your job, whatever you do for a living, is to focus on your work. That seems like an obvious statement. You know, hey, well, yeah, I'm at work, I'm focusing on my work. But really, like, especially with today with the cell phones and everything, I don't know how kids are even in like school with their cell phones. Like, if I had the ability to be on my phone the way I am now, you know, when I was in high school, you know, I had like a flip phone that was like, had no color to the screen or anything, and like you could kind of T9 text, but, you know, I remember like trying to search the web, and it was just like a nightmare. And I could, you know, kind of you were just like hoping that your class had a computer or something, some kind of computer thing, so that you could play like Minesweeper. But anyways, long story short, when you're at work, focus on your work, and that means, you know, try to keep yourself from being distracted by these things. I mean, a lot of, you know, jobs, you know, they don't take your phone, and they don't, you know, separate you from distractions all that well. I'm sure you found a way to distract yourself to get through your 8 to 12 hour day. It's you know, it's really not that hard to pretend to work. But if you focus on your work, and what I mean by this is actually dive in, you know, really just dive into whatever it is that you do for a living, and do the work. I mean, you can really, you know, hopefully move up in whatever you're doing, and focusing on that work will make you, you know, a better employee, obviously, but more so, you know, at the end of the day, you'll feel so much better about yourself that, hey, I really put in, you know, my best effort today. I focused, and hey, listen, no one's expecting every day to be perfect, and that every day you're going to show up, feel like $1 million, be an A+ employee. You know, I think that's just irrational to think that you can do that every single day. There's so many things in life that are, you know, winding and twisting and turning and hitting you and coming at you, and, you know, that mess you up or you know, kind of put you in a bad mood or whatever. But if we make that, you know, mental choice to go into something and really focus on it, it can really help you, you know. And some days that might be best if you're having stuff in your other life, in your personal life or whatnot, that is distracting you, to just, you know, hey, let me dive into this and focus on it. And, you know, while I'm here, I might as well give my best effort and really give my full attention to what it is that I do. And hopefully what you do throughout your day is something that you do enjoy. If not, then, you know, maybe that's something that you need to kind of explore, because if it's almost unbearable to sit there and focus on what you're doing, you know, throughout your day, then hey, you know, you're probably in the wrong thing. And you know, it's always easier said than done. Like, yeah, you know, easy for you to say, you know, you don't have 5 kids and have to, you know, do whatever. But, you know, I think it is something you should at least explore and try to, you know, get yourself out of a bad situation like that, where you can't even bear, you know, what you're doing for, you know, even an hour, to sit there and just focus on it and try to get better at it, and try to be, you know, a better employee, and try to, you know, just be better. So then, going along with this focusing on your work, the next one we have is do something for others. And this one, you know, a lot of things in life nowadays are so like self-focused. I mean, you have like these TikTok things and Instagram and selfies and Snapchat, where you're always just like sending out what you're doing and what's important to you to other people. And you know, we're kind of going in this direction where we're kind of forgetting about helping each other out. You know, and that's why I love like this YouTube channel for me, because every day I do it and I film it, and I wish I could kind of do it every day, but I can't really. But when I put these videos out, I guess the exciting part for me is that it kind of does feel like, you know, I might be reaching out to other people, or reaching to people that, you know, need help in certain things. You know, even if, you know, my videos are kind of, you know, not really centrally focused on one niche. Every time I put a video out there, it feels good for me, because I feel like, you know, I may be helping somebody out there. And that's what I enjoy about doing these videos. And I think it's so important for you to, you know, just take one little part of your day to just focus or do something for somebody else, you know, without any kind of, you know, benefit for you in it. And I mean, but that's the thing about it, is that, you know, you're doing something for somebody else, but it's weird because it almost does feel selfish, because it feels so good to help somebody else out. And I mean, if you just do one thing, you know, I'm not saying to put your life at risk and pull to the side of the road and give somebody a ride somewhere and hitchhike them and they're a complete stranger. I think that's totally irrational. But if, you know, somebody at work or something needs help with something, and you see them and you ask them, hey, can you help? And they, you know, can I help you with this or whatever? And they're saying, oh yeah, like, thanks a lot, thanks so much. I mean, you will feel so good about yourself. So I think it's so important to try to find something throughout your day, and your brain will find stuff to help somebody else out, and I think it will do. It'll help the person out, which is great, but it would also help you feel so much better about yourself. And that, but you don't want to do it for selfish reasons, obviously. You want to just do it just humbly. Hey, like, I'm trying to help somebody out, or I want to help somebody out. And I think that, will help you stay in that positive zone in your life. And, that's what kind of all these things are doing is, kind of building up together to stay positive or be more positive in our lifestyle and live a healthier lifestyle. All right, so kind of moving on from that, number 10 here, we have do the things that you do not want to do. Yes, you heard that correctly. Do the things that you do not want to do. We all have things throughout our day that we're constantly pushing off and pushing back until the next day, and we never actually get them done until maybe one day, our girlfriend or wife or significant other like yells at us, and we get so annoyed till we finally do that thing, or there's some reason we finally do that thing. Make a list of the things that you need to get done that you've been pushing off for a long time, and just start doing those things. I mean, it will just you don't have to do everything every single day or spend an entire day doing all the things that you do not want to do, but try to get some of these things done throughout the day when you have free time, and knock them out and just get that weight off of your chest. It will make you feel better. It just help you out in the long run, and overall just help you live that healthy lifestyle, because hey, you knock that thing out, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And if it's something that you have to do monthly, or a reoccurring thing that you have to do, then set a specific time apart to do that thing and actually focus and knock it out, get it done, get it over with, and you'll feel so much better when it's done, and you can move on to the things that you want to do, or on to the next thing that will help you live this healthier lifestyle that you're trying to obtain. And last thing, and definitely not least, number 11 is to clean up your finances. So important, that and they don't teach these things in high school. They don't teach these things, unless you maybe take like a finances class in college. But it's so important to, starting today, to start researching, a healthy financial lifestyle, and saving, and budgeting your money. Because if you don't do this thing, it's really going to help. It's going to really hold you back from living the life that you really want to live. So many things in today's age with Facebook and all these different apps that we're on, they all have, great marketing people, and they're constantly throwing stuff in your face that they know you want, are something that you're interested in. And they're constantly trying to have you give up your money. And if you do not have a strong financial base to you, and well-being to you, and healthy relationship with your money, then it's going to be very hard for you to keep your money, because these people are great at trying to separate you from it by knowing your interests and putting your interests right in front of you in order to make you buy those things. And that's today's day and age, that's what it's all about, is trying to get you to get rid of that money and buy their product. And it makes sense. It's a great business tool for them. And maybe you're on that side where that's part of your job is trying to sell to people, and it's understandable. That's your job, and that's your business. And maybe you're passionate about what you're selling, and maybe it is a great product, but you have to within yourself everybody has to have their own financial well-being. So do your research, figure out what is a healthy and realistic financial plan for you, and a budget for you, and stick to that. I mean, if you're just spending your money like crazy, and you're going out there, being wild, throwing your money at everything that you want right in the moment, it's going to be very hard for you to live a healthy lifestyle if you're not able to use your money to assist you in that lifestyle. Who's going to want to pay for a gym membership or good food, good, healthy food, when you have to pay your gas bill or your electric bill to keep the power on at your house. So I mean, those things obviously take precedent over other things. So having that healthy lifestyle or healthy relationship with money will help you out in the long run. And it will help you out every day where you don't have to stress about money. And I feel like that's the number one stressor in life, is people's relationship with their finances. I mean, it ruins relationships and it ruins lives. So make sure that you actually put time aside and do your research and figure out what a healthy plan is for you with your finances. That's, it's hard to kind of narrow it down because everyone's situation is a little bit different, but make sure you definitely, put some time out there and read books and, study what you need to do to be better financially and better with your finances and with your money going forward. It will help you out as far as all of these other things in your life if you have, a good financial base and well-being, and good relationship with your money. All right, guys, so those were my 11 tips on, living a better or healthier lifestyle. And it's great for people that are just starting out and kind of getting out on their own. Whether you just graduated college or, you're going into college, leaving high school, or you just have had just a bad, road so far with building good habits and living a healthier lifestyle, and you're trying to get back on track. I think those 11 things are so important to just be cognizant of, and try to focus on it and put some time aside throughout the day, or the night before your day, and just something that you want to make lists of and try to figure out what you need to do in order to obtain those 11 tips, or put some time aside for those 11 different things. I mean, like I've said in the past, and I'll reiterate, is that nobody's perfect. Don't hold yourself to this unrealistic standard. But I think that if you can go over these 11 things that we've covered, and try to touch base with them every once in a while and reanalyze and see how you're doing in those 11 different subjects. It will help you out just indefinitely. It will help you out so much in your life, and not all of them are easy to do. Not all of them are tasks that are fun to do even. There are a few in there, like your hobbies and reading and stuff like that are definitely more geared towards like enjoying yourself. But some of them aren't easy to do. They're hard things to face. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy, and if you do it easy, your life will be hard. I think Les Brown said that, and that is, that's so true. It reigns so true. Sometimes you have to do the hard things in order to be happy. But if you guys have any lifestyle tips or anything I kind of missed in this video that you find even more important, or just something to add on to, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. These are just some things these are like 11 things that I think reign true in my life that really help me to just be happier, and a lot of things I've just been focusing a lot on lately that I'm really like, man, I wish I would have started earlier in my 20s, being better financially and better at all of these things that we've covered. As you get older, you start to realize some things that you could have done better on, and that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I'm reanalyzing, and hey, I can't go back, but I can start today and I can do these things and try to put some time aside to focus on these things. And it's really just helped me to stay like in a way more positive mindset, and I feel so much better about just who I am as a whole, just doing some of those more difficult things that we've gone over on the list. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, what you guys think of these 11 things, and anything else that you guys have that you do on a daily basis that you find has changed your life and just helped you live a way healthier lifestyle. And that's exactly what this channel is for. It's exactly why I created this channel, is to cover some of the things that I think help live a healthy lifestyle, but also to build a community of people that want to live a healthier lifestyle and want to help others live, and channel it through here. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks again for watching a little bit of a longer one here, but if you guys have any questions or comments, I'd love to go over it with you guys, and stay tuned for more videos. And it's getting beautiful out here. I'm super pumped about the summer of 2022 and, you know, putting all these things together. Hopefully, you know, we can have a great summer, and we're going to, you know, be doing a ton of different videos, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you do, please subscribe to the channel here. I would very much appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one. I hope you all have a great day.